Hey everyone, this video is going to show you how to clock in and out of Paylocity using the mobile app. So the first thing you need to do is download the Paylocity mobile app from any app store. And once it's downloaded and installed, you click on the app and you will enter your company ID, which is 11874, your username, and your password. Then click the sign in button and you'll be taken to your home screen. Now, if for some reason you sign in and you're not on the home screen, you're somewhere else, you can simply click on the little house icon at the bottom left hand of the app and that will take you to this screen. And what you'll see right at the top is the section for clocking in and out. Now, it may seem strange, but to clock in, you will not use this big clock in button. The reason for that is when you click that button, it doesn't allow you to choose a department or location or a job code. Both of those things are very important in making sure that you get paid the correct amount. So you don't want to use that button. Now there's one exception to this, and that is the very first time that you ever sign into Paylocity and are clocking in, you will click the clock in button. But after that, you will never use it again. What you'll do instead to clock in is you'll click on this More button, and then you'll click on the Clock In Plus Transfer button. Then click on Next, and you may be prompted to enable location services. That allows your location to be tied to your clock ins or outs, so definitely make sure you enable that. Right now, I'm out of the range of any of our offices. That's why I'm getting this message. If you ever get this message, it will still let you clock in and out, but your supervisor will get an alert that you clocked in or out from outside of where we would normally expect. So I'm gonna go ahead and say next. And then I'll be taken to this menu here. To choose my cost centers, which are those department and job codes I mentioned earlier, you simply click on the little right arrow next to the menu under cost centers, and that's going to bring up this menu here. Now, government and position, you don't need to worry about those. You may notice there's no little right arrow on those lines, and that's because even if you wanted to change those, it's not going to let you. So don't worry about those, just leave them be. The department you can click on, and that will bring up a list of all of the different locations you can clock into. For most of you, you're probably clocking into one of our houses, so you'll see all of those listed. You may also be clocking into one of our employment systems programs. Those are down here in the 400s. Or you may be clocking into an administrative department, which is near the top. If you aren't sure which department you should be clocking into, just ask your supervisor and they'll be able to help you out. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to clock into 231 South Ridge. I just click on it and I say save. And then I'm going to choose my job code. So again, I just click on where it says unassigned. Now, important to know, the system will let you clock in without choosing a job code, but it's required for you to get paid. So ultimately, someone is going to need to go back and fix that, either you or your supervisor. So just make sure you're always choosing a job code. Most common one, of course, is direct care. There are also codes for things like training, doing documentation, if you have a staff meeting. For this test, I'm just going to click on direct care and then click save. And then I'm just going to double check that all of this looks correct. I'm clocking into Department 231 South Ridge, and I'm clocking into my direct care shift. That looks good, so I'm going to click save. You can also add a note to your supervisor if you want to, if there's something you want them to know about your clock. Maybe you arrived a little early and you just want to let them know why you arrived early. But generally, you won't need to type anything in there. It's really just if you want to communicate something to your supervisor. Otherwise, just click the submit button. And there I am. I'm clocked in. Now, To clock out, it's very simple. You can use the big obvious clock out button. But before we do that, I want to show you how to transfer your time. Now, this would be used in situations where you're still on the clock, but you need to change your code. Maybe you're going to work at a different house for the rest of your shift, or maybe you're going from direct care straight into a staff meeting. Using the transfer option just makes it so you can switch those codes without having to fully clock out and back in. So to do that, you click on More. And then this time, instead of saying clock in and transfer, I'm just going to say transfer because I'm already clocked in. From there, I can say next. I'm going to get the message about being out of range again, which is okay. I'm going to say next again. And then I'm just going to update my cost center. So let's say that I finish my direct care shift and I'm headed to a staff meeting. I click on jobs. I click on code 450 for staff meetings and coaching. And then I say save. I confirm everything looks correct. I click save again. And then I click the submit button. There I go. Transfer was successful. So I'm now clocked in for the staff meeting. Once the staff meeting's done and I'm done with my shift, I would simply, again, just click that clock out button. Next. Submit. That's it. I'm done.